think the biggest thing I've always shared with people about Florida fitness coaches is that I was always semi-athletic. I was a long distance runner, but as an adult, post college, whenever I went into the gym, I always found myself getting hurt, and it would always be because I pushed myself too fast, too far, too quickly. And with the team at Florida Fitness Coaches, I found that I never get injured, and they're really regulating where I'm going and not getting myself into trouble. So that's I'm not a professional weightlifter. Don't think about it, and those guys think about it for me. So that's why I like it. So I've had personal trainers before. I've belonged to the Y for over 30 years. I actually worked at the Y at one time. I think what I pick up from and what I share with others is that they really look at what I'm bringing to the table rather than what they want to offer. So I think the evaluation that they gave me, and then listening to what I wanted, what my goals were, really is unique. I think the personal attention you get, also the gym environment. So the personal attention and achieving, your specific goals, and then just, excuse me, the gym environment itself. Um, I'm a computer jockey. I'm not a gym rat, and so that environment has a professional feel to it that I enjoy, and I enjoy the camaraderie there. So I think those two are the biggies. The two big things that set them apart is the um, attention to detail for what I want, and then also just the gym atmosphere is unique. I feel very, very comfortable there. I'm never self-conscious. I have friends there, and they're friends that I only meet at the gym, but we have a shared camaraderie, and it's a healthy environment. I'm 58 years old. I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been in my life. I have, I, I would say 5 years ago, if we were to have this conversation, I would have felt that I was past the zenith of my physical body. I'd already passed it. I was already on, I guess, what I'm trying to say, I was over the hill and going down. I don't feel that anymore. I feel like I've got, 60s, no big deal. Um, Maybe 70s, the zenith. I don't know. Um, so for me, mentally, I'm much more aware that I've got a lot more left in the tank. Being a computer, you live inside your head a lot, and most of your work life is between your two ears, and you're thinking through design problems or logic problems, and so you live up here a lot, and that can be a pretty stagnant place. And being kinetic, getting out there and moving around, and making your body, you know, perspiring, some endorphins, all that stuff, I found that I'm much more likely to be successful coming back here than if I'm just staying focused at the desk and working. So I think it does help. The kinetic part of your body helps the brain stem up there and gets through some design problems. If you had asked me this 20 years ago, I would not have said that kinetic motion has anything to do with brain activity, but it at least frees you up and maybe opens up another doorway that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. And I was always kind of a thin guy, but I've lost over 25 pounds. I kind of came into this, I think I was at 215, and I'm now down at 186, 187. So that's quite a bit of weight loss. And I really only changed, really the only big thing I changed was red meat. Um, I, and I cut down on the alcohol, not drinking as much beer. It's just kind of like, yeah, I just want to feel better. I want to. It wasn't like, I sometimes talk nutrition. I didn't go into it as a nutrition thing. I really went into it as a strength and conditioning. But I think as a side effect, you start realizing, well, if you're going to be paddling a kayak 300 miles, if you weigh 20 pounds less, that's a lot less work than you weigh 20 pounds more. So it kind of became it's like, okay, less cargo, more muscle, less fat, so it was all that. Like right now, in March, my current goal is another Florida Fitness person and I are doing a 300-mile kayak race from Tampa to Key Largo. It's a 5-day race. So we're going to be out in the water like 18, 20 hours a day and camping on the beach with another 100 other crazy people. And so weight loss was an important part of that because we wanted to be lighter, so our boats was. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without Florida Fitness coaches. No way. I wouldn't have had the stamina or the trust in my body to be able to do that. It's a unique gym. It's not for everybody. I think I would characterize it as a gym for professionals that are busy people who are not living, that physical fitness is not your number one goal. That's not why you get up in the morning. You get up in the morning to be a doctor or lawyer or engineer or accountant, whatever, and that these guys bring the same professionalism to it that we bring to our business. So whenever I meet someone of my peers that I'm always recommending it, especially if they're concerned about weight loss or they're feeling tired. So yes, absolutely, I recommend it. My kids now. The funny thing is, I have 7 children, 5 boys, 2 girls, and my teenage boys 3 or 4 years ago were saying, "Dad, you got like stealth abs." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, they're hiding underneath the belly," and now they're like, "Don't mess with Dad." He'll take us out, not take us out, but it's like if we're gonna like do something physical, it's like, well, Dad is gonna over it. So it's like a perception thing within the family of how I'm looked upon and how I'm thought about. So it's really how the family sees me. Especially my sons see me as a different person. I don't think they see me as the old man anymore.